A reading from the letter to the Hebrews. Christ brings a new covenant as the mediator, only so that the people who are called to an eternal inheritance may actually receive what was promised. His death took place to cancel the sins that infringed the earlier covenant. It is not as though Christ had entered a man-made sanctuary which was only modelled on the real one, but it was heaven itself, so that he could appear in the actual presence of God on our behalf. And he does not have to offer himself again and again, like the high priest going to the sanctuary year after year with the blood that is not his own, or else he would have had to suffer over and over again since the world began. Instead of that, he has made his appearance once and for all, now at the end of the last age, to do away with sin by sacrificing himself. Since men only die once, and after that comes judgment, so Christ, too, offers himself only once to take the faults of many on himself, and when he appears a second time, it will not be to deal with sin, but to reward with salvation those who are waiting for him. The Word of the Lord. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The scribes who had come down from Jerusalem were saying, "Beelzebul is in him," and "It is through the prince of devils that he casts devils out." So he called them to him and spoke to them in parables. How can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot last. And if a household is divided against itself, that household can never stand. Now, if Satan has rebelled against himself and is divided, he cannot stand either. It is the end of him. But no one can make his way into a strong man's house and burgle his property unless he has tied up the strong man first. Only then can he burgle his house. I tell you solemnly, all men's sins will be forgiven, and all their blasphemies. But let anyone blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, and he will never have forgiveness. He is guilty of an eternal sin. This was because they were saying, "An unclean spirit is in him." The Gospel of the Lord.